According to the World Health Organization, for a country to have brought the COVID-19 outbreak successfully under control, it must have a positivity rate for the infection which is below 5%. But presently, Spain has a positivity rate of more than 12%. Hospitals in Madrid have been completely overwhelmed with the number of critically ill patients who have been brought in. There is an acute shortage of medical staff. Take a look at our next report.
Spain is witnessing an exponential rise in the number of COVID-19 infections. The case count has now officially crossed the 650,000 mark. A steady stream of patients have started to overwhelm the hospitals. Just last week, more than 12,000 cases were reported in a span of a day, and more than 30,000 people have succumbed to the infection in Spain so far. Health experts fear this could be a bigger and a more deadlier wave of COVID-19 than what was witnessed in March and April.
We not only collect PCR tests from people's homes, but we also go to people's homes and check on them for different conditions like ulcers or post-operations. We do a lot of home care for the people who can't come to the health centre, some because they physically can't or because they are very vulnerable and they can't expose themselves.
On an average, Spain is now conducting over 89,000 tests per day. The capital city of Madrid has emerged as the epicenter of infections. In a bid to kickstart the economy, Spain resorted to a calibrated easing of lockdown measures. Schools were reopened, permits granted to restaurants. Bars and nightclubs were allowed to operate with limited capacity. Beaches were thrown open, and tourists were encouraged to flock back to experience the Mediterranean surf. But all that is about to change.
The restrictions are to access or leave these areas unless for basic matters like health assistance, work, legal, educational, or to take care of elderly people or other force matters.
Targeted restriction on movement of people has been imposed again. Spanish economy was already in a bad shape before the pandemic struck. But with the lockdown, GDP for the first quarter of the year contracted by over 13%. It's a twin challenge of keeping infections low and staying financially afloat. But as COVID-19 infections surge, Spain will be confronted with some very difficult choices to make. Bureau Report, WION World is One.